ביאור משנה ו'. חכמים קבעו שיהיו מוסיפים על מחצית השקל. הרבנים אומרים, נכון, it's true that we're going to give half a shekel, but we need to give a little bit more. A little bit, addition. תוספת מטבע הנקראת כלבון. This is an addition of a coin that's called כלבון. So when you give the מחצית השקל, you give the half a shekel, you give another small little coin, כלבון. ונחלקו בזה חכמים ורבי מאיר במשנתנו. And there's going to be a disagreement between the sages and Rabbi Meir in the Mishnah. What is this kalbon? שלדעת רבי מאיר, according to רבי מאיר, חייב כל אדם להוסיף כלבון על מחצית השקל שלו. רבי מאיר says, every time you give the half a shekel, you have to add a little bit of a coin, more. כפי שנבאר טעמו במשנה. When we're going to get to the Mishnah, we're going to get his reasoning. ואילו לדעת חכמים, but the sages says, no. כל הנותן חצי שקל במטבע אחד למקדש, אינו חייב להוסיף כלבון. So the sage says, if you give exactly half a shekel, you don't have to give כלבון. אלא אם שניים נותנים שקל שלם בשביל שניהם, but if me and you give one shekel and it says, half for me, half for you, הואיל והיו צריכים לתת כלבון כשכר חליפין לשולחני, אילו היו פורטים אצלו את השקל, because since if they would have exchanged it, they would have had to pay the guy, the exchange guy, they had to pay extra fee. So the temple tells you, since you had to pay extra fee to him, pay the extra fee to us. You know, we became the bank now. You know, in America, this Mishnah doesn't make sense. Let me explain why. Because in America, you go to the bank, you give him $100, and you say, I want 250s. Yeah, they give you 250s. Yeah. Everybody knows Israel is completely different. You go to the bank, I don't care what you do. You enter the bank, if the teller does something for you, it doesn't matter what, he is charging. Yesh amla. This is amla. The amla is the kalbon. Yeah, in Israel, everything you do. If I give you a service in Israel, I don't care what kind of service, you're going to pay for it. Yeah, you come, you ask me a word, that's it, you're going to pay for it. Yeah, that's in Israel. So this is the Beit HaMikdash says, you actually need to give half a shekel. If you would have went to the guy, you would have paid money to that guy, right? So pay us the money you would have paid him. Since you're paying with a different coin, you didn't give us 2 half shekels, you gave him 1 shekel. That's the idea. לשני חצאי שקלים. התקינו שיהיו חייבים ליתן אותו כלבון במקדש. It says, since you go to the bank, you'll have to pay this fee to get the 2, so pay that fee to us, the temple says.
You can pay 1 shekel, but there is a fee together with it.
That's right, because and if you don't want to pay the fee, you'll have to, in other words, you'll have to pay the fee anyway, because we're going to send you to the bank and you exchange it. He's going to charge you, right? So we're going to charge you here now, but he's going to charge you there. וכן כותב הרמב"ם. So the Rambam agrees. הרמב"ם agrees with חכמים. חציי השקלים הכל צריכים לתת. הכל צריכים להן. It says, half a shekel, everybody needs them. כדי שייתן כל אחד ואחד חצי שקל שהוא חייב. That each and every one will have to give the half shekel that he owes to the bank. לפיכך, כשהיה אדם הולך אצל השולחני, so therefore when a person went to the שולחני, הוא מצרף שקל בשני חצאים, and he's going to take one coin that has 2 halves, ייתן לו תוספת על השקל. He's going to give him an extra for fees, for exchange. ואותה תוספת נקראת כלבון. And that addition is called כלבון, fees. וכבר הזכרנו בפתיחה למסכתנו, we already mentioned in the beginning of the מסכת, שהשקל האמור בתורה הוא סלע בלשון המשנה. That when we say shekel in the Mishnah, it's called the סלע. So don't get confused. When it says 1 סלע, it means 1 shekel. שהוא 4 דינרים, that is 4 dinars. ומחצית השקל אינו חצי סלע. So half a shekel is 2 dinar. So a shekel is 4 dinar, and חצי shekel is 2 dinar. הנקרא בלשון המשנה שקל, it's called shekel. And the Mishnah calls it shekel. Shekel is 2 dinar. Okay? ואלו שחייבים בכלבון. So now he's going to tell you who owes this כלבון. What kind of people the temple is going to ask כלבון from. כמו שבארנו בהקדמה למשנתנו, like we already explained. So who owes? When a Levi comes with 1 shekel, and he says, it's for me and for him, so say, hey, give us כלבון, give us money. So it says, Levi, Israel, וגרים, a Levi, a regular Jew, and a convert, ועבדים משוחררים, and also freed slaves. Why? Why all these ones? שכל אלו חייבים בשקלים, because all of these for sure they need to pay 100%. We don't have a question about them. ואף ממשכנים אותם עליהם, not just need to pay, if they don't pay we go into their house and take it. הילקח חייבים הם אף בקלבון, therefore the temple is going to ask them for the fees. אבל לא כהנים, but not כהנים. Again, why not כהנים? Because כהנים tell you I don't even have to give it. I'll give it to I'm doing you a favor. Even though they might be wrong, but they have a taina. אבל לא כהנים. אף על פי שחייבים ממחצית השקל, we already established that they are obligated and give the half shekel. מכל מקום הואיל ואין ממשכנים אותם, but since you don't have the power to go and take things away from them, אף בקלבון חייבים. So also קלבון they don't have to pay. Also who also doesn't need to pay? We have more people who don't need to pay. נשים, עבדים וקטנים. Women, servants and small people. Why? And under 13s. Because we said they don't have to give anyway. And if they give a charity. They don't give... So since... Because they don't need to give anyway. לפי שאינם חייבים מחצית השקל. Because they don't have to give half a shekel. ואף על פי שאם נתנו שקל מקבלים מהם. And even though, like we learned previously, if they do give a shekel, we receive from them. מכל מקום אין מחייבים אותם בקלבון. Nevertheless, they don't really give. They give it to the congregation. They don't give it to the sacrifices. Okay. Now comes all kinds of ways. I know that I'm going to give kalbon. Not me. You know that you're going to give kalbon. Right? And I have a Kohen. I'm a Kohen. I don't give kalbon. Right? So all the Israelim are going to give, let's say 10 dinars. 10 dinars is for 5 people. It's a coin of 10 dinar, let's say they have, and they're going to give it to me, and they're going to say to the Kohen, hey, pay for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're the Kohen. The Kohen is not charged kalbon. So now nobody will pay kalbon. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay? השוקל על ידי כהן, somebody who pays the money through a Kohen, בשביל כהן, for a Kohen, או על ידי אישה, or he pays the money for a woman, או על ידי עבד, or he pays money for the half shekel for a slave, או על ידי קטן, or he gives the money for a small child, כלומר שנתן שקל שלם. In other words, for example, you're a Jew, Israel, and you gave for you and for your wife, right? You gave for you and for your wife. מחציתו בשבילו ומחציתו בשביל אחד מאלו שהם פטורים מן הקלבון. You gave half for you. You gave 1 shekel. 1 for me, 1 for my wife. That's what you gave, right? Hey, you gave a whole shekel. Yeah, a whole shekel. You gave 4 dinars. Whatever it is. פטור מן הקלבון. So you don't have to pay the קלבון. Why? Oh, we'll see. For you don't have to, because you gave the half a shekel.
Woman is not obligated.
Woman is not obligated, so they don't have to pay. This is the going to Chachamim, right? ואם שקל על ידו ועל יד חברו, אבל אם נתן שקל שלם, but if you gave a whole shekel בשבילו ובשביל חברו, for him and for his friend, וכגון שהלווהו מחצית השקל, for example, he was alone. In other words, it wasn't a present. If it's a present, it's one thing. But if it's a loan, who does the money belong to? If it was the loan, we're going to consider the money belonging to, can be any of you. The money can be belonging still to the guy who owes in other words, I gave the woman a loan, right? I gave my wife a loan. She's going to give me the money back. So who's the money belong to? This half shekel. It still belongs to me. So therefore, since it still belongs to me, I do have to pay the kalbon. Unless I gave it to her completely. חייבים בקלבון אחד. I'm not obligated for mine, but I have to give for her.
But let me ask you a question. Why this guy doesn't go there? He has מחצית השקל. His friend has a shekel. We tell him, here is a shekel. Give me מחצית השקל back. Why do I have to do kalbon?
To whom? To the court?
The exchange it to the court. Here is a shekel. Give me מחצית back.
So, because he will tell you, it's not my job. Why you're using the temple to do your banking? Go to the bank. What am I? I'm your banker? You can't use the temple for your own personal needs. You have an obligation from the Torah to give me half a shekel. Go get me half a shekel. Go to the bank over there. He's going to charge you money. Yeah. So instead of him charging you money, I'm going to charge you money. That's the idea. You cannot use the temple for your own personal purposes.
No, it's like you gave a guy $10 and tell him give me $5 back.
Again, you're thinking America. That's why it's hard for you. Go to Israel, it will change your mind. Everything in the bank, they want to charge you for it. Anything you do in the bank, they will charge you. Yeah? I'm not. If you remember how it is in Israel, I don't know if you deal with them, but in Israel, everything you want to do in the bank, we charge you for it. By the way, it used to be also over here until some time. Yeah, when I remember in New York, you asked for change to get change. Account, we're going to charge you. Exactly, it's the same thing over here. Exactly, that's the idea behind it. We're not your bank. What are we, a bank? You're using us as a bank? That's the idea. This is according to Chachamim. We're going to see Rabbi Meir. I knew the Chachamim with. I never knew Rabbi Meir. Let's see what Rabbi Meir says. Rabbi Meir says, you don't pay one kalbon. In other words, you don't pay only for you and not for her. What do? You have to pay twice. So if a Kohen and Israel give one coin, they have to pay 2 kalbonot.
A Kohen and Israel?
Yeah. Let's see why.
Kohen, אישה. Kohen לא חייב. אמר בפנים, למעלה, מכהן you don't pay.
No, it doesn't matter whom. We gave the example of Isha, but it's Kohen, slave, or Katan.
גם כהן?
Yeah, it's all 3 of them. Kohen, slave, or a Katan. Kohen, slave, or a small one. Or a woman. All the 4. Any one of the 4, if you share with them. Okay? So Rabbi Meir says, Shnei kalbonot. Rabbi Meir says, no, you don't understand the kalbon. In other words, the Chachamim says, kalbon, I understand when he says, it's bank fees. That's according to Chachamim. Rabbi Meir says, kalbon has got nothing to do with bank fees. In other words, everybody has to pay it all the time. It's got nothing. Even if you give half a shekel, the true coin, you don't change. I'm still going to charge you extra. That's what according to Rabbi Meir. We'll see what? I don't know. Rabbi Meir אומר שני קלבונות. He says 2 קלבונות. יש מבארים תמו של רבי מאיר. There are those who says the reasoning of רבי מאיר, שלדעתו, according to his opinion, אף השוקל מחצית השקל, even if you only give half a shekel, the right amount, במטבע אחד, in other words, there's no exchange. There's no bank fees over here. חייב להוסיף קלבון. His רבי מאיר says, I don't care. When you give half a shekel, bring קלבון. Why? לפי שנאמר בפרשת שקלים, what is Rabbi Meir worried about? Because it says in פרשת שקלים, זה יתנו. This they should give. What do you mean? ודורש רבי מאיר, and Rabbi Meir holds, כמין מטבע של אש, as we know it, God showed Moshe a type of coin from fire, הראה הקדוש ברוך הוא למשה ואמר לו, God showed to Moshe, and he says to him, כזה יתנו, this one you should give it. ומכאן, from here, we have to learn שאין לגרוע לעולם מערך מחצית השקל שהיה בימי משה. That one is not allowed to take less than the half a shekel that was there in the days of Moshe Rabbeinu. Therefore, הילקח, כל הנותן מחצית השקל, צריך להוסיף עוד מטבע. So everybody who gives half a shekel needs to make sure it's a little bit more. So it will be at least as big as the shekel that God showed Moshe. כדי שיהיה ערכו שווה לשקל שהיה במשה. That is going to be the value that shekel שהיה במשה. By the way, this is part of the reasons, if you notice coins, they have shavings. They have like lines on the side. They're not smooth on the side. Why did they do the lines? It's because in the old times when they were smooth, the silver was smooth and there was a coin, just a coin, what people used to do, they used to take 100 coins and used to scrape it, the silver, and then from 100 they would make 102 or 103.
That's what they did.
That's why they made this thing. So Rabbi Meir says, I'm not sure that the coin is exactly the right amount. Yes, it says it's the right amount, but people tend to do all kind of things. So therefore, add a little bit more so you're sure it has the right value of silver. That's what Rabbi Meir says. אבל חכמים אינן דורשים זה יתנו. But the sages do not learn this one they should give כרבי מאיר, like רבי מאיר. ולדעתם, according to them, תוספת כלבון אינה אלו משום שכר חילופים. According to the sages, it's just bank fees. כמו שביארנו, like we explained. הילקח הנותן מטבע אחד של מחצית השקל, פטור מן הכלבון. According to the sages, so if you give only one coin and exactly half a shekel, there's no exchange. So you don't have to pay. ושניים הנותנים שקל שלם בשביל שניהם, and two who gives the whole shekel for both of them, אינם חייבים אלא בכלבון אחד. They're not obligated only in one כלבון, because it's only one exchange. So you do one exchange. ויש מבארים שאף לדעת רבי מאיר אין תוספת הכלבון. So this is the easy way to understand it. There's another way to understand Rabbi Meir. So Rabbi Meir says the addition of the kalbon ela mishum schar chilufim. Also Rabbi Meir says it is because of an exchange. Another opinion. אלא שרבי מאיר סובר שאם שניים שוקלים שקל אחד בשביל שניהם. But Rabbi Meir says that if two take this shekel for both of them, דנים אותם כאילו כל אחד בפני עצמו היה צריך לפרוט את השקל לשני חצאים שקלים. In other words, the Chachamim says it's only one exchange over here because I give you half. Automatically there's another half. Rabbi Meir says, I don't care. There's two people. I'm going to charge them twice. It's like they went two times to be exchanged. That's another opinion. In other words, even Rabbi Meir says it's for the exchange. But it's for the exchange for each one individually. I'm going to charge, even though it's one transaction, I'm going to consider it like two. ולכן חייבים בשני קלבונות, and therefore they're obligated in two קלבונות. But halacha is not like Rabbi Meir, the halacha is not like Rabbi Meir. In other words, we charge for the exchange rate. Bank fees. הנותן לגזבר של הקדש סלע. So somebody who gives the בית המקדש סלע, שהוא שקל של תורה, and the סלע is 1 shekel, it's 4 dinars. One selah is 4 dinars, half a selah is 2 dinars. That's it. שהוא שקל של תורה, כמו שביארנו בהקדמה לשנתנו, ונוטל ממנו עודף שקל. So he takes an עודף, he takes back a shekel. That the shekel of the Mishnah is מחצית השקל of the Torah. It's a bit confusing. The shekel, in the time of the Mishnah, they called the shekel whatever they called מחצית השקל in the time of the desert.
In other words, they give him כאילו חצי בחזרה.
That's right. And now he got this shekel is actually half a shekel.
Okay.
That's what he needs to give, in other words. Okay. He needs to give 1 shekel, because this 1 shekel is half a shekel of the midbar, of the desert. חייב שני כלבונות. So this guy now is obligated in 2 כלבons. אחד בשביל הסלע שנתן להקדש. One, the bank is going to charge him twice. One for donating to the temple, that's one exchange. ואחד בשביל השקל שנטל מן ההקדש. One going in, one going out. In other words, it's like the bank fees. You pay when you have too much money, and you pay when you take money out. they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you whichever fees. For putting money in, they charge you, and for taking money out, they charge you. So the same thing over here. For donating money and for taking out money. Both things they're going to charge you. Yeah, that's what we do. That's a thing. ואומנם אילו הסלע היה כולו לשקל, היינו בשביל שניים, but if the סלע was for 2 people, לא היה חייבים אלא כלבון אחד, then it's only one. That's right. כמו שביארנו לעיל לדעת חכמים, like we explained before, according to the opinion of the sages, אבל עכשיו שהוא נותן את הסלע כולו להקדש, but now that he gives the coin, all of it to הקדש, in other words, he gives it to, hey, this is for you, for the בית המקדש to use it whenever you want, והגזבר מחזיר לו שקל, and the גזבר gives to him a shekel, נמצאו שני חילופין כאן, הילקח חייב לתת 2 קורבנות. Therefore he needs to give 2 קורבנות. Let's just discuss this. The guy is smart. He says he doesn't want to pay the kilbon. So he's got 1 seller. So he knows this is 2 half shekels, whatever it is. It's
4 dinar.
It's 4 dinar, yeah? So he knows if he's going to go exchange it, he's going to pay the kalbon. So he comes and says, I have a way not to pay the kalbon. So he says, in other words, instead of going to the bank and doing an exchange in the bank, so he's coming to the Beit HaMikdash and he says, I'm going to use the Beit HaMikdash as my bank. That's what he's thinking. I'm going to say, hey, take donation for Hekdesh and give me the rest, and this way I don't have to pay. So the temple says, you want to use us as a bank? Yeah? You're going to pay in and you're going to pay out. One, you're going to pay in for giving you you have a coin, you want to pay only half the coin? Pay for half the coin, and now you want to take this one out? Pay for half this.
You pass the money and you take money out.
That's right. Or go to the bank. Don't use us as a bank. We're not your bank. In other words, what are you using us as a bank? We're the temple. You can't use us as a bank.